following presentation of the National Football League. Please welcome your 2026 Detroit Lions.
With Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico, and out there is Tyler Loop to get us started. And off we go from 4 feet. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So that Detroit offense taking the field for the first time. #1 overall pick in 2016 leads him out, Greg. It's quarterback Jared Goff.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
Now the first carry for the Alabama speedster, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. An even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
Off the play fake, here's Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he's out of bounds, gain of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice gain.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. Third and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
They're going to try to run here with Gibbs. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Lions first down.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And that's a heck of a run there on 3rd and 1. So often these backs, they're just thinking, all right, just get 1 yard, pick up the first down. But not this guy. He's thinking, I know where the marker is, but I'm going to pick up as many yards after that as I can. That's exactly what he does. Fresh set of downs.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. Tackle there by Trenton Simpson.
Pick up at 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Ravens' 29-yard line.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Goff. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. The Pro Bowler the last 2 years, Nnamdi Madubuike. He gets in there to drop him for a big loss. And now it's 3rd and long.
If you're gonna take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Seventh play of this opening drive, and here's third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up fourth down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
Bates' kick is good. And the Lions will take a 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Three points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. DeJounte Wester now to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there. The Ravens offense taking the field for the first time, led by their quarterback, league MVP in 2019 and 2023, Lamar Jackson.
We had a couple of his games early in his career, and of course, all the way to his days back in college, his athleticism jumps off the screen. But Mike, these last couple years, his development as a true passer, his ability to operate from the pocket, that's what's really taken his game to this MVP level. And tell you what, we didn't think there was a lot more things that he could do on a football field, and it seems like every year he's proven otherwise.
And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
In motion comes Andrews. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
And it's third down.
From the gun, Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
The fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to see the football for the second time. They were able to turn that opening drive into points. 3-0 our score as they start again with a first down. They'll go play action with Goff. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Roquan Smith there to bring him down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Now, Goff. A throw behind his man, can't reel it back in, and that'll go down as an incompletion.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Laporta in motion. From the gun, on 3rd down, it's Goff. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. What great work just to get those hands up there. And now it's 4th down.
4th down.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot.
Jack Fox.
I think they're fortunate this one didn't end up getting picked and going the other way.
Oh, not the best of snaps, and this one is blocked. Oh, the rush comes through, and they block it.
It's the score, Lions 3, Ravens nothing.
The Ravens offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They'll start with a golden opportunity here to move out in front. Great field position to start out. It's 1st and 10. First carry for King Henry. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Brings up 2nd.
I can promise you that is not how they wanted to start this drive, Mike. I mean, to get blown up at the point of attack, there was just nowhere for the back to go on that run.
We're going to go right back to Henry. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Jack Campbell, the former 1st-round pick, there to wrap him up.
3rd down.
It is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. Open man, that's Flowers. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down?
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
They'll run for it with Henry. 1st down and more inside the 15. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line. They get the conversion with a gain of 22.
Well, a big roll of the dice here, Mike, and not only does it pan out for a 1st down, but they pick up a whole lot more with that big gain.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Here's Lamar. He'll keep it on the zone read. He will do it himself. He's in. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Tyler Loop now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens move out to a 7-3 lead.
Ravens 7, Lions 3. Tyler Luke.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to take over once again. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Quickly out to Williams. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and 9. To throw is Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Was brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
So we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Ravens out front. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Lions ball to begin the 2nd quarter. Here's a 3rd down and 4 as we are ready to get back underway. That one out wide to Gibbs. 14 on the pickup. 1st down, Detroit.
It's a gain of 14.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. What does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Laporta in motion. Now Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A 19-yard pickup there. Good for a Lions 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Not much there, maybe a yard.
He's brought down at the 31. 1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9. On play action, Goff. That's to the big tight end, Laporta. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the 1st down after a gain of 7.
This is a great example of why teams want to stay out of what they call passing downs, where a defense doesn't have to honor the run. In this case, they do, and man, the play action pass just works off of that and can really lead to some chunk plays.
Williams in motion. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Really nice play call there by the offensive coordinator. You kind of use your tendencies against the defense. They're thinking run in this down and distance, and ultimately you use it to your advantage. Play action pass to the tight end, and you keep the drive alive.
And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
You know, Mike, it's funny, when you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on third down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions are back within 1. It's 7-6.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. Flowers now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense make their way out to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Now Jackson. He takes off. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. That one good for 29.
And the Baltimore first down.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and it's 2 nice plays to begin this drive.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
At the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll try to throw here with Jackson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. Aiden Hutchinson in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
This is a great reminder of why it's so important to have great offensive tackles. When you get beat so fast off the edge, the quarterback has nowhere to go in the pocket to escape, and that's what happens.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Jackson now. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack. That might take them out of field goal range.
And it's 4th down.
Third and real long. This is where your defensive line has to come to life. They decided to keep extra blockers in the backfield, but it didn't matter. They were able to bring them down for a sack and brings up 4th down.
On 4th down, it's Tyler Luke for the Baltimore field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll remain out front by 1.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
On 1st down, it's Goff. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
26 yards.
That one good for 26 yards.
Lions, 1st down.
This is a great opportunity now for the offense to really seize control of this game. They just saw their opponent miss a field goal try, come out aggressive on the ensuing possession, strike deep early. Now see if they can put this drive together and end it with some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Goff. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That's a short one caught by Laporta. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Throwing, Goff, over on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And no turnover here. One of the guards able to get the football and get on it to keep possession.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They hand it to Gibbs. And drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, sidestepping his way. Nifty gain of 9 there.
A 10-yard gain, but it's 4th down.
They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll go for it. Here's Goff. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith.
I don't hate the decision, Mike. Be aggressive. Come away with a touchdown. But what the quarterback understands in this situation is you just can't hold the ball. You got to get it out of your hand, give your guy a chance to come down with it, and he puts the ball in harm's way and results in a pick.
The Ravens offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half, and they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. back near his goal line. Jackson. That's to the right side. He's got Andrews.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now Jackson, this a designed run. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line. So it is a 1-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Lester now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Ravens offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Henry. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Baltimore, 1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Henry. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. DJ Reed brings him down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 47-yard line.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. In motion comes Andrews. They'll go again here with Henry. Down the sideline, past the 40. What a run. He brings it to the red zone. Taken down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there for Baltimore. 36 yards.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. The next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
And good red zone running here, taking it inside the 10-yard line. Pickup of 8.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns.
And he will take it in himself. Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Baltimore. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. And that is now a pair of rushing touchdowns. The quarterback giving it to them, Greg, with his legs in this one.
And we're starting to see, Mike, why this week this coaching staff told us they're encouraging this guy to do this more often. His ability to be a passer, but also a rusher, is an element to this offense that is hard for defenses to account for.
On is Luke to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Ravens will take a 14-6 lead.
Lions 6.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Goff. At to the left side, pulled in by Conklin. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
So often, the only way to combat the perfect blitz call is to beat the blitz with the ball. That's exactly what the quarterback does here. He's able to find his open man and get the ball out of his hand because he holds on to that ball for 1 count longer. And most likely was going to result in a sack.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
He's got his tight end. That's Laporta. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. 1st down, Detroit.
And the Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle 3rd of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to have a 1st down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
That's good.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7. To throw is Goff. Right side, it's Laporta, the tight end. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
9 yards.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, juking his way forward for a gain of a couple.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
He'll go play action with Goff. He's got it at the 7. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. They've got it. It'll be first and goal after a pickup of 21.
At the 6-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone.
Brings up second and goal.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike. And what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. It makes sense on second and goal, Mike, to keep this ball on the ground. You always have third down again to finally punch it in. But now after the defense forces you backwards, I think you have to consider putting this one in the air here on third and goal.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. That one taken in, middle of the end zone. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Detroit.
And it really just comes down to the protection. You're sitting there third and goal. You have to give your quarterback the opportunity, Mike, to work through all of his progressions, and you need time to do it. Then it just comes down to making the right read. Touchdown.
Now Goff leads the Lions for a 2-point try.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point
On play action, he'll set up to throw, and he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
I know it sounds like I'm being biased, Mike, but I'm really not. Down here this close to the end zone, especially on 2-point tries, the size, the length, the athleticism, and matchups these tight ends can create, man, they are a tough handle, and it leads to 2 points.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Flowers now to return it. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. So here's the Baltimore offense getting set for their next drive. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll work straight ahead with Henry. Just refusing to go down. He winds up with a gain of 7.
I think every running back's dream is that he's going to run through a wide open hole and have breakaway touchdowns, but that's not necessarily the case very often in the NFL. So the backs that are the best are the ones that can get more yardage than maybe what's blocked for. And I think this is a nice physical gain here that they can continue to build off of as the game unfolds.
Aiden Hutchinson on the tackle. It's a gain of a yard, and it's 3rd down.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He'll try and run for this with Henry. And he will have a Ravens first down. Able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
A gain of 3 on the play. First down.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. In motion comes Andrews. Jackson now to throw on 1st down. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
That's complete. It's Justice Hill out of the backfield. Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line.
To play corner in this league, Mike, you have to have great reactions and instincts. In this case, he trusts those instincts from the jump, and he's able to send the offense going backwards as a result.
The crowd making their presence felt. This is 3rd down. Now a screen set up for Henry. Good hustle by the defense and beat the offensive lineman to the blocks there. No gain on that screen pass.
That screen just never had a chance. Anytime the running back has the ball and he's making guys miss in the backfield, there's going to be no timing to the play. It just allows too much time for the rest of the defense in pursuit to get there, and in this case winds up as no gain.
And the receiver with a fair catch, taken successfully, and that's where he'll turn it over to the offense. The Lions offense starting to trot out for this next possession. We're all even, 4th quarter, so every drive so important at this stage, and they'll start with 1st and 10. Laporta in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at the 42-yard line.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Laporta in motion. On play action. Goff. Into the hands of Brock Wright. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
That's good for a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So the athleticism of this tight end is pretty well documented, Mike. I mean, he can pick up yards after the catch. It's just such a rare trait for tight ends. So it's the size, it's the speed, it's the matchup problem. I mean, we got a glimpse of all of it right here.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Open man downfield, it's Laporta. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. Now, after that last play, we have an injured Raven. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Tie game, 4th quarter. What a sequence looming here as we get to 1st and goal. Gibbs trying to fight his way into the end zone, but they will mark him short. Down at the 1.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
From a little closer, here's 2nd and goal. Throwing here is Goff. This is hot toward the side of the end zone. Sam Laporta, touchdown Lions. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Makes the score Lions 21, Ravens 14.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Flowers now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Derrick Henry heading out along with the rest of this Ravens offense. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the 4th quarter. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. This throw right is taken in by Flowers. And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 34-yard line. Here's 2nd down and a yard. Here's Hill. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Levi Onwuzurike on the stop. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and inches.
A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. They'll go with the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
A gain on the play. And a Baltimore 1st down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down. But this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to put that 1st down.
And he'll find some way to turn this into positive yardage, struggling forward for a pickup of about 2.
2nd and 7.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Our run play. This is Hill. Oh, and he is depleted on that one. Picked up, thrown down behind the line of scrimmage.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And that one's incomplete. They really ratcheted up the coverage there, and they force 4th down.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down, or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. Now the Ravens use their first timeout. Ooh, well, now you see him, now you don't. Good juke move there, and a gain of 6.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike, and they came into the game saying we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Goff. To the outside, that's St. Brown. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
They'll try to sneak in here, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Now a timeout here by Baltimore. That's going to be their second. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Sponge! No!
Goff gives it to Gibbs. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line. The Ravens now going to use their final timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Here's Goff. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And 11.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
That one hit inside the 10, but it bounces forward into the end zone. Bring it back out to the 20-yard line. The Ravens offense ready for this next possession. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Jackson. That is left side and caught by Flowers.
Complete to Zay Flowers. Out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here is 2nd and 7. Jackson now. He'll go right back to Flowers. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
A gain of 4.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
They'll send Flowers in motion. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. They'll drop to throw. He'll try and set up the screen to Hill. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
That's just bad timing by the offensive line. They've got to get their linemen out in front of him, so either the linemen need to go faster or the back just needs to be more patient. But either way, they're just not in sync on that screen pass.
Here we go. This is 4th down. To the air one more time with Jackson. He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to have the Ravens 1st down by a good couple of yards. 4th and 4, and they pick up 6.
4th down. There's no throwing the ball away. There's no giving yourself up. If you're going to turn yourself into a runner, you got to go get it. And that's exactly what the quarterback does here. He's able to put his head down, put his body on the line, pick up the 1st down, and keep this drive alive.
He's taken down just shy of midfield. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a 1st down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. It's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
Noise reverberating off the roof. Very loud before 3rd down. Jackson up top again. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. And that's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
Open man, left side. He's got it. He's going to have a Ravens 1st down. As this defense can't come up with the play they needed, they surrender a gain of 17 on 4th down. So it's a win here for the Lions. They proved much the best in this one. They get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.